12 important things to do before visiting London. Are you making your first trip to the United Kingdom? Maybe you're planning a trip to London and want to familiarize yourself with the city beforehand. With its apparently infinite attractions, wonderful restaurants and bars, and plenty of shopping, London rapidly emerged as one of our favorite places. London's frenetic energy is infectious, but every first-time visitor should keep a few things in mind. Stay away from major holidays and vacation times. It is widely agreed that London is both one of Europe's most stunning and most populous metropolises. Millions of people from all around the globe go to see it every year. Londoners and tourists alike should avoid the city throughout the months of July and August, as well as during European bank holiday weekends and school holidays. To avoid the crowds and save money, attempt to schedule your trip outside of these times. To escape the holiday crowds, avoid London's major retail districts on weekends and the days immediately before Christmas if you want to visit the city. Due to the later timing of spring break in Europe compared to the United States, London is a fantastic European destination. Even in June, when most European nations' children are still in school, the weather may be rather pleasant. Plan ahead enough, but don't try to see the whole picture. If this is your first trip to London, you may be thinking how long you should stay. You can't expect to visit all of London in a few days or even a few weeks, since the city is far too large. Don't waste your time and money coming to London if you believe you'll be able to see everything in a couple of days. You can see the majority of London's top attractions in 2 days, but first-time tourists should plan on spending at least 3 or 4 days there. This should be more than enough time to gain your bearings in London, check out the major sites, and learn about the city's history and culture. Your journey will be much enhanced by venturing outside of the city, therefore we recommend doing so at least a few times. As such, a minimum of 7 days in London should be scheduled. Below, we'll go into more detail about several potential day trips. Never attempt to see everything in London. You'll end yourself exhausted and disappointed trying to do something that's, well, impossible. Limit your day sightseeing to no more than 3 major sites and save part of your time for serendipity. Make as many plans in advance as you can. Not preparing in advance is one of the worst things you can do while visiting London. From transportation to lodging to visits to London's top sites, planning ahead will allow you to save money, time and energy. The last thing you want to do on a vacation to London is waste time waiting in line. Make use of London's many no-cost sites. Of no particular order, the following are some of the must-see sites and experiences in London. London's free museums. To be sure, a trip to London won't break the bank, but there are plenty of fantastic free attractions to enjoy while there. Free admission is available to the following London museums. Numerous museums may be found in London, including the British Museum, the Natural History Museum, the National Gallery, Tate Modern, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Science Museum, the Museum of London, and many more. A tour of London's green spaces. Many of London's parks, lawns and picnic areas are open to the public without charging admission, and it's a terrific way to get away from the hectic pace of urban life. Views of London. Though admission to certain sites may be pricey, the City of London offers many breathtaking vistas at no cost to visitors. Check out our guide to the top London visitors for more details. Commercial areas of London. Make no mistake about it, I'm well aware that London isn't exactly a bargain for retail therapy. Nonetheless, strolling through the stores is costless and may be a fun activity in and of itself. Harrods and Oxford Street are not to be missed. Hamleys, the biggest and oldest toy shop in the world, the Lego store and the M&M store are all sure to be hits with the kids. Markets in London. All across London, you may visit one of the many fantastic markets. The stores and food stands are so interesting and delicious that you won't be able to resist purchasing anything. However, you may waste days and nights aimlessly exploring London's marketplaces without spending a dime. Changing of the guard. As many of the free stuff to do while visiting London, seeing the guards change is an experience not to be ignored. On Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 10:45 a.m, as well as on Sundays, anybody may observe the event for free at Buckingham Palace. Tourists flock here, so getting a nice place with a good view requires an early start. Time and money may be saved when seeing London's top sights. When you come to London for the first time, you must see all the sights. But if you don't plan ahead, you might end yourself wasting days or even hours waiting in line. Consider purchasing skip-the-line tickets or a priority pass to the city's most visited sites to make the most of your stay in London. They are costly, but consider the alternatives. There's no use in spending a ton of money on a trip to London if you're just going to stand about in lines the whole time. Admission to all of London with just one ticket. The London Pass is a convenient method to skip the lines at many of the city's top attractions. It involves things such as a free Thames boat tour and then a free hop-on hop-off bus ride, as well as free admission to popular attractions including the Tower of London, the panorama out from the Shard, Westminster Abbey, London Bridge, as well as the London Zoo. Tickets for direct entry and skipping the line. While the London Pass grants free admission to 60 of the city's best attractions, it does not include the London Eye or other fan favourites. The wait times may often exceed 2 to 3 hours, thus purchasing a fast-track ticket is highly recommended. Make payments using credit cards. To make a purchase in the modern day, cash is seldom required in the UK. All major credit cards are accepted worldwide. For smaller transactions, you may prefer cash, but using a credit card is quicker and more convenient. It's possible to use any major credit card in London, however, Visa and MasterCard are the most often accepted. The usage of American Express and Diners Club is limited throughout Europe. A debit card, often known as a cash card, may be used to make purchases almost everywhere that accepts credit cards. Take the bus, subway or train and pay with a contactless credit card or Oyster card. You can't possibly see all of London on foot because it's too sprawling. The best part is that public transportation in London is quite effective. The metro, often known as the London Tube, is one of the most convenient and fast methods to move about the city. The most notable benefit of the Tube is that it allows you to skip the hassle of driving across London. The following is advice I once received from a native speaker. Try to avoid using the Tube during peak times, especially around the holidays. Get out and ride a rented bike or go for a stroll. Using just public transportation like the subway or bus will cause you to miss out on a lot. After all, walking about a new city is a great way to get your bearings. It's no different in London. Biking is a fun and easy way to get about London and explore more of the city. You may hire a bike at any of the city's many self-service bike stations or sign up for a guided tour. Unless you are staying in one of London's many pleasant park areas, renting a bike as a first-time visitor to the city may not be the greatest choice. The traffic in London is intense. It approaches for most of us from the other side of the road, and if you need to study the map while driving, it may become rather perilous. Take a cruise along the river or ride the open-top buses that let you get on and off at your leisure. The City of London may be explored in a variety of ways. Take use of as many of London's many modes of transportation as you can during your stay there to get the whole picture. Taking a hop-on hop-off bus tour is a fun and convenient way to experience the sights of a new city. Depart from the crowded trail. Your desire to see London's most famous attractions is natural, but there's so much more to London than just Big Ben and Buckingham Palace. London is full with interesting places like hidden gardens, tiny markets and museums that only locals know about. Your first vacation to London will be all the more memorable if you take the time to see some of the city's lesser-known gems. Adopt a British diet. London is a costly city and eating out may break the bank. Researching restaurants in advance might be helpful, especially when those closest to popular landmarks aren't always the best options. The weather is a great topic of conversation. Talk to the locals about the glorious weather or the constant downpour to break the ice. Most individuals would gladly vent about the present weather before pulling up their smartphone weather apps to give you the lowdown on what the week ahead has in store. This serves as a comprehensive reference to all the information you'll need to know before visiting London, including detailed packing lists and suggested itineraries. It may be difficult to know where to start when organising a trip to a new place, and London is no different. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and turn on the notification bell. This is Learning Canteen.